Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another Disney vlog, as you can tell from my Mickey ears. So I am going to be talking about Disney Vacation Club, but more specifically renting Disney Vacation Club points. So come along on this adventure with me. As I go through this vlog, I apologize for my dog. She's chewing on her bone again. I think she probably will make an appearance. She was wanting to make an appearance earlier, but now she's chewing on her bone. So if you hear something really weird in the background, that is her. But thank you for joining me. For all you new people who have discovered me on YouTube, thank you for coming. I post a lot of Disney content, but Matt and I, my husband Matt and I also post a lot of our adventures in between, especially us going up north. So if this interests you, I would ask that you consider subscribing by hitting that button down below. And thank you very much for joining me. So let's get started. I want to start off this vlog first by just giving kind of this basic overview of what Disney Vacation Club is. And I'm going to refer to Disney Vacation Club as DVC. So first and foremost, what is DVC? DVC is basically Disney's version of a timeshare. However, it's not really based upon your traditional timeshare. You get timeshares for certain weeks of the year. Disney's is based more off of a point system. So how you do it is you buy into the Disney Vacation Club and you get a certain number of points per year, and then you have a home resort. For your home resort, you can use your points to book at 11 months out, or you can book at 7 months out for all the other resorts. There are only select resorts, so most of the deluxe resorts have that DVC option or are only DVC properties. The value resorts like All Stars and even the moderate resorts do not have a DVC option. It's really only the deluxe resorts. One other thing with booking 11 months out, or even for your home resort, or 7 months out for all the other resorts, is it's really, really important to plan with DVC. So if you're not a really good planner and you're more of the type of person who plans your vacations a couple months out, DVC might not be for you. So if you go about 1 time per year to Disney or 2 times per year to Disney and you really enjoy staying in those deluxe resorts, I would say that DVC actually is a very, very good option for you. So you pay a lot of money up front, but if you go 1 to 2 times a year, it's going to be worthwhile for you as you own the contract and as years go on and you're continuing to go 1 to 2 times a year. Why don't Matt and I do DVC, or why don't I particularly do DVC? Only because I don't know that we would get our money's worth. We live in Wisconsin. It's a plane flight away. Also, both Matt and I have very demanding jobs that sometimes we can't get to Disney yearly. I try to get to Disney yearly, but sometimes I can't because it really depends on my job. So this is where I'm going to give my sister as an example. I just explained why it doesn't work for Matt and I in our lifestyle, but it absolutely 100% works for my sister. My sister bought into the Disney Vacation Club, I want to say it's been about 10 years. So how it worked for her, and I don't know specific points of what she has, but they originally bought into Saratoga Springs. That was their home resort. So they got a contract of about, it was probably around 250 points. They are able to book at Saratoga Springs 11 months out. At 7 months out, they can book wherever. It works for my sister because they actually live in South Carolina, actually a very easy drive for them. They also are teachers, so they have that summertime that they can take off. They have a different lifestyle than we do. So I'm not saying that people who are DVC owners are bad or good or whatever. It's just you have to weigh what's right for your family and what fits in with your family lifestyle. So getting back to my sister's example, they originally bought into Saratoga Springs and then ended up selling their Saratoga Springs contract on the resale market. And then they bought into Bay Lake Towers, which is the DVC property that it's hooked onto the Contemporary. So also on top of that, they bought another little smaller contract at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So right now, they own at Bay Lake Tower and Animal Kingdom Lodge. So they have 2 home resorts. So at 11 months out, they can book at Bay Lake Tower, they can book at Animal Kingdom Lodge, or at 7 months out, they can book wherever. That being said, what are the DVC rooms like? There's different types of DVC rooms. There's a studio. There are 1 bedrooms, there are 2 bedrooms, there's villas, and then I think there's like grand villas. And you can kind of like tell that studios are basically just like your studios, like your normal hotel room kind of. 1 bedrooms are 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms are 2 bedrooms, and so on and so forth. The only difference with DVC is all DVC have some type of kitchen. The studios have like a kitchenette, so they only have like a microwave, but you know, they do have a fridge and a little area kitchenette. But the 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and villas have full kitchens, and they even have washer and dryers. So you can see if you're going to DVC, you can potentially save some money on food costs. If you're staying in like a 1 bedroom, you could probably make all your meals in that full kitchen. So now I'm going to get into a little bit about renting DVC points. What is renting DVC points? You get a certain number of points every year based upon what your contract is, and you have to use those points by whatever use year you have. So you have like an expiration date of when you have to use for points by. Well, every family is different, and certain people might not be able to go that year, or maybe they want the extra cash for something else, or maybe they don't want to do Disney this year, but they want to do the Grand Canyon. I don't know. You do you. Whatever you have going on in your life. So to recoup their money, because DVC owners, they pay a lot of money up front for this real estate, but then they also have to pay yearly maintenance fees as well. So what a lot of DVC owners do is if they can't use their points that year because this, that, and whatever, they will rent their points out to try to recoup their money. When you rent points, you are renting somebody else's points. You can do it either direct with that person directly. My sister has friends that she's rented out directly because she's friends with them. Or there are Facebook groups, or there's third-party people. David's DVC Rental is another company that gets a lot of really great reviews, and I will put a link down in the show notes. When you rent somebody else's points, they have to take care of the reservation for you. You have to find that person who has the point availability, and then they go on the Disney website, because they have like a separate website that they look on to see if there's availability during your vacation dates, and then they are the ones that set up the vacation. They do put it in your name, and then they send you a confirmation number, but they are the ones that control that reservation and have to book it. So right now I'm gonna do kind of a little bit of a cost breakdown, because I'm sure you all are thinking like, why would I do that? Why don't I just go on Disney World's website and just book a room? For our trip in October, we rented DVC points. So let me kind of give you a little bit of a cost breakdown. We are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, okay? We are staying 6 nights, Sunday night through Friday night, in just like your standard view, run-of-the-mill room. We're not getting like a Savannah view room or anything like that, just your standard view, okay? Rack rate, meaning if you would go online to Disney and look to see how much our 6 nights in October for the vacation dates we're going for, it would be $500 a night or $3,000 total, okay? That's what it would be, rack rate, just going on and booking Disney directly. Renting points, okay, for Sunday through Friday, 6 nights, same room, Animal Kingdom Lodge, that is a total of 74 points. We were able to find a woman, and she was renting her points out at $14.50 per point. The norm is actually about $16 a point. I just happened to get lucky, yay, go me, and got it for $14.50 a point. Ew, you're gross. What are you doing? Please don't puke. Okay, anywho, I was able to get $14.50. So what that means, you take 74 points times $14.50. That means per night, we paid about $179 per night, or $1,073 total. So the first one is $3,000 for the week. Second one is a little over $1,000 a week. So we are getting a deluxe resort room for about the same price as a value resort. So we are getting a deluxe room for $175 a night. That is a savings of $1,927. So why wouldn't everybody just rent DVC points, do you ask? There are pros and there are cons to renting DVC points. So I'm gonna go through your pros. Pros, the cost savings. Obviously in my previous example, the cost savings are ginormous. You get a fantastic deluxe resort for a significant discount. The cost savings are unbelievable. You get a deluxe resort at a value price. Another pro is everyone gets free parking. Right now you have to pay for parking everywhere, but if you're staying on rented DVC points, you get free parking. I think the room is a pro because you get like a kitchen or kitchenette depending on the type of room you get. And I feel that you could go and get groceries and save money on having to eat at the quick service or a sit down. Another pro is you can add the dining plan to your DVC reservation. Now on to the cons. You can't take advantage of any promotional discounts that become available. So a lot of times Disney will come out with promotional discounts like 30% off of your room or free dining at certain points in the year. So if you've already gotten your DVC reservation and you paid for it and that's how you're doing it, you can't go back and take advantage of so you can't go back and get free dining. Another con is you have very little control over the reservations. You have to trust the person that you're purchasing this from. Now, it's been my experience in doing this that there's really not a whole lot of people out there who are trying to scam the system, because I had to trust the woman that I rented the points from, but also she kind of had to trust me. She had to trust that I would pay her. She has to trust that I'm gonna pay her and not like run her name through the mud and things like that. But on the flip side, I have to trust that she's going to make that reservation for me, which she did. My suggestion is if you find somebody to rent from, do not send any money until you have that confirmation number in hand, until you have the confirmation email from Disney, and then you're able to put that confirmation number into My Disney Experience app. So when her and I talked about a price and she said, yep, it's available, she put me on the reservation. She sent me the confirmation email with the confirmation number. I was able to put it into the My Disney Experience app, looked at it. Yep, it was in my name. It was in the two Liz's names. Then I sent her a check. So that is the way to do it. Never send money unless you have that information first. Another con is you do have to pay money up front. Now, purchasing or reserving a room through the regular Disney website, I think you can put down like a deposit, and then you have up into, I want to say it's like 60 days to pay for the rest of your room reservation. With a DVC reservation, you can't do that. You have to pay the person right up front. So that the $1,073 that we paid, I basically had to send a check to the woman. Another thing, it's non-refundable. So if you do a reservation through David's DVC, there are certain extra protection plans that you can purchase through David's DVC rental, so that if you do have to cancel for any reason, you can recoup your money back. But if you're doing it direct, which is how I did it, it's non-refundable. Some people, it might be a deal breaker knowing that they would have to pay that amount of money upfront right away, and that might be a deal breaker for them. Another con is, like I said before, you can't just get on the Disney website and search for DVC availability. You have to find an owner first, and then they search for the availability for you. See, I told you she'd make an appearance eventually. Yes. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. So that's it. That's kind of my rundown on Disney Vacation Club and renting DVC points. So I hope this was really, really helpful to you. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever rented DVC points, and what was your experience with renting DVC points? We go on our trip in October, so I'll let you know kind of what my experience was with this particular DVC rental. Also, are you a DVC owner, and do you rent points out to anybody? What are your experiences? Do you enjoy renting points out to people? So thank you for joining me. I hope this was really, really helpful for all of you, and I will see you real soon. Bye.